I'm Zane, and I support what the NSA is doing. One of my claims is that the NSA protects us from terrorism, and like in the Huntington Post, they described the NSA surveillance programs had thwarted 50 terrorist plots worldwide, and that's pretty good. 50 deadly attacks stopped, and then there's more that the programs they're using is more. It's just they gather phone records and they track the internet servers that might link to any terrorism. And one, in fact, even Obama says that he repeats assertions that the NSA programs were a legitimate counter tool and that they're completely non-invasive to people with no terror ties. So if you have no interaction with any terrorism or any plots to attack, then there's nothing to be worried about when if they look at the information on your computers or any records on your phone. And besides the information they gather, they have some. There's like 300 million people in this country. They have to have some unique way to figure out which messages and servers are linked to any threats, and nonsense just saying that's about some 20-year-old or some teen girl who's worried about some guy asking to a prom or something. In fact, there's a website that I looked at. It's more of a troll website for the NSA, but it's showing how they have this word generator system. They look for certain words that might seem any threatening, and this website shows it is still a troll website. It's just using it's trying to use a whole nother meaning of a sentence. And it goes like, and the example I have is, I have a bacterial infection, food poisoning, a toxic plume made an evacuation from my bowels. But in that sentence, there are some words that they'll trigger a red flag. If they were actually reading that sentence, if they were reading every single email and listening to every conversation, they would know. When they first see this, they wouldn't notice, and they wouldn't get a red flag. So that's how the word trigger system works. In fact, they even have known as the PENT. They got something known as the PENT register system, which is where they look at all your look at which calls you made to. Like they look at all the numbers and they register anything. In fact, there was even a case about pen register but in the Fourth Amendment. It shows in the 1979 Supreme Court case of Smith versus Maryland that you're knowingly exposed phone numbers to the phone company when you dial them, so you are voluntarily handing over the numbers so the phone company will connect you, and you will know the numbers you call may be monitored for billing purposes. So the Fourth Amendment does not protect the privacy of these numbers against pen trap or surveillance of the government. And that's how it went. Focus and let's see what I want the right information. They're also very cautious on how they. They're also very cautious like how they get their attention. Let's see. I got a lot of information. Here you go. And also, like I said, they don't, when they get this information from people, they don't post it online or anything. They keep it private. And if there's any useless information, they don't need it. Like when the NSA discovers that previously intercepted information belongs to an American, they usually destroy that information. So if there's any investigation about anyone and it comes out pointless and useless, they get rid of it. They don't need it. And that's how the NSA functions into protecting us.